All right, welcome to The Way It Should Be. I'm JD.
I am Dean.
And we have my Gen Z little brother filling in for Chad today.
What's up, dog?
Chad Jr.
Chad Jr.
But black.
It's racist, sir.
I'm sorry.
So what's going on, man?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
You have nothing to talk about? We just showed up here to...
That's how we operate, bro.
That's how we roll.
We just roll like that. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. It's cold outside. We survived the winter storm 2024.
I think we'll have another one.
Probably
I
so.
think we're going to have another one.
Probably so.
It was stupid cold. It's colder than I ever remember. Before the last couple years. Like the last couple years. I'm talking about global warming.
It has
here.
been.
That's what I'm talking about. Or global cooling.
Global warming. How do you feel about that? You're Gen Z. You love that shit.
The cold?
Gen Z.
Global warming.
Global warming.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You probably think it's real.
Yeah, no, the last...
Is it real?
I mean, I don't know.
The summers have been fucking brutal, so it has to be.
The summers, but the winters have been colder than like a couple years ago. We had that week under zero, like -4 or something like that.
Yeah.
Never in my life
No.
do I ever remember that.
No. Well, you know, I can remember some cold winter days. Ice, mainly sleet.
Yeah, but I don't remember. I don't ever remember.
You know what it is? No, we're just old. And now the cold gets to us.
That's what it is.
It just affects us more because we're old people.
Yeah, maybe so.
I think that's what it is.
So it has been cold.
Other than that, fuck the world, right?
No, I don't. I mean, it's going to hell in a handbasket.
We got a war in Ukraine. We got a war in Israel. We got, what else we got? There's another war somewhere
Egypt.
else. Oh, Iran and Pakistan are launching missiles at each other right now. That's always fun.
I didn't realize they were launching missiles.
Yeah,
I missed that one.
a little tit for tat thing going on. So Iran bombed a site in Pakistan because there's some Iranian separatists that live there. I guess they're a terrorist group, so they blew them up. And Pakistan's like, dog, you can't just come over and blow shit up in our country. That's not how it works. So they blew some shit up over in Pakistan. I mean, in Iran.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then what were we were talking about the Egypt
And Ethiopia.
Ethiopia, possibly.
That's always a possibility with that stupid, what do you call it? A dam that they're trying to build.
Yeah.
Ethiopia.
So what's the next one? What's the next one that pops off here?
It's probably going to be liberals versus conservatives in the United States after Trump wins, after he fucking dominated in Iowa. Did you see that shit?
Nah.
Dude, it was a bloodbath.
What? Yeah, what was it, like 52%?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was gross how much he won.
What's the deal with Ramaswamy? Looks like Ramaswamy's joined his ticket, kind of. He suspended his campaign.
It's just like you've been saying the whole time, right? He was using that campaign to get something out of Trump, like get a position in his cabinet or something.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. You think
or
it'd be
something.
VP?
Probably not.
You don't think so?
No, but he might get a position in the cabinet. He might get nominated to something.
I signed Rand Paul's petition. Did you sign that?
That stupid
Never
Nikki thing.
Nikki?
No, I didn't sign that.
I did, because I don't want Nikki Haley.
And
So I signed
you're
the
not
petition.
going to get her.
You know, as VP.
No, it would never happen.
So, okay, it's not Ramaswamy.
No.
And it's not Nikki Haley. Who are the potential running
Christy
mates?
Nome. Nome.
You think she's a potential running mate?
I hope so, man. She's good looking.
She's South Dakota, I think, right?
Yeah.
South Dakota.
Yeah. She's like what I've been seeing being passed around is her.
I don't know. It's
And then
pretty,
Ramaswamy, you never know. He could go for the VP spot.
It's pretty impressive. Ramaswamy, no one had an idea who that guy was.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you have billions of dollars and you do whatever you want.
I guess so.
Yeah. You can spend all the money you want.
I guess
I don't know
so,
if he has billions of
he had
dollars, but he has a
no-
shit ton of money.
He had no name recognition,
None.
and now he does.
Yeah. That's how it works. You got to spend the money, get your name out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of the presidential stuff, I was looking at this EV stuff
What does that have to do with the president?
because a lot of these car companies were trying to tell the Biden administration, "Hey, people don't want them. People don't want them."
Yeah,
and
people
they
don't want them.
And they keep on offering these incentives and saying you're going to make X amount of money, you're going to make X amount of cars.
Yeah.
And
And California's going to try and force people to buy them.
California, and then GM and Ford just cut production.
Yeah.
They said those EV cars are sitting on the lot 82 days before they sell, where gas-powered vehicles are 64 days.
Jesus.
So, and I imagine this cold. I mean, the whole country had
Well,
this
did
cold
you
blast. So,
Did you see where was that at? Where they had a bunch of Teslas somewhere up north, just fucking dead at charger stations because you can't run a battery powered car in the freezing cold like that.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
So they're well, and I watched something that was saying, part of the problem with the EV, even the charging stations, is half the time you pull up and they're out of service as well.
Yeah.
I've never looked because I don't have an EV, but I've never paid attention to them. But there's some hiccups in that whole market, and then Toyota. I guess Toyota was getting a lot of pushback because they have really been slow to the whole EV market stuff. I mean, they have a couple things, but they've been slow, and they were getting pushback on some of their investors or whatever, saying you need to catch up with everybody else, and they're saying we don't think that's the way to go. There's these other technologies, and it looks like they were probably right the way all this is
Yeah. Look.
crapping out.
Chicago area Tesla charging stations lined with dead cars and freezing cold. A bunch of dead robots out here up in Chicago. Yeah. So, I mean, the batteries are like whenever they get so cold, like lithium batteries, they get so cold, they don't work.
Yeah.
And when it's below zero, it's in the negatives. Cars aren't going to be worth a fuck.
Well, another thing I was reading about was the if you were like to get them fixed and not get them fixed like the motor broke down or something, but say you're in a fender bender, there's these people waiting months.
Yeah, takes forever.
Because regular auto body shops don't know how or don't want to, or like the Tesla truck.
Yeah, that Cybertruck.
They can't fix that. Like I guess it's stainless steel.
Stainless steel,
and
yeah,
they're
like
like,
a DeLorean.
Hey, we can't fix these, and then Rivians are having problems with lining them back up right after being. So basically, if you're in a fender bender, your car's getting totaled, which is making the interest skyrocket on these cars. Not interest, the insurance
rates, yeah.
rates skyrocket on there. Also, I was reading that the insurance rates are more expensive because if just say you buy a Tesla or whatever the gas equivalent is, that like what, maybe a Focus or something like that, a Ford Focus. I don't know, whatever the gas.
No, dude, Teslas are fucking expensive.
No. I'm not saying price equivalent. I'm saying like size
size
equivalent.
wise, okay,
size
yeah,
equivalent.
sure.
Well, you're at least double the weight on the car. So then you're running
the
into
batteries are heavy as fuck.
right. So then you run into the issue is if you hit somebody in this electric car, you're causing that much more. It's kind of like the cost of insuring a Honda Civic versus a Suburban.
Yeah.
And I have both of those cars, so I know the difference in the cost of them. You're going to pay more on the Suburban because it's heavier, and if you hit someone, you're going to cause more damage.
Yeah.
So the price. So I guess
Also,
people
it's a truck too, so you're going to pay more on trucks anyway.
And so I guess what people are looking at is like, first of all, we thought we were going to save all this money being EVs, not having to pay for gas.
No.
But now when you look at the cost of maintenance, and the cost of insurance, and everything else it goes with, like, oh, hang on, you're not saving any money with them. So and then on top of, what do they call that? Where people are scared they're not going to have the range, like range anxiety.
Range anxiety, yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, this website says that it costs about $25 to top off your Tesla at a supercharger.
yeah,
So it is a little cheaper as far as electricity goes, but
you add your insurance,
add the insurance, the extra
yeah.
cost of the car. I mean, you're not the break even on these things is horrible. I got a buddy that he has a paid off. He doesn't listen to this, so fuck him anyway. But he paid off his fucking what is it called? Toyota 4Runner. He paid it off. He's got this job. He mainly works from home, but every once in a while he's got to go to Dallas. So he has his fucking car paid off, and it's in immaculate condition because he's a fucking nut job. Okay, it's perfect. So this fucking nut job's got this new job up in Dallas. It's about an hour and a half drive from where he lives. Right? I get it, but he only has to go a couple of days a week. So he calls me up one day and he's like, "Hey, I was doing the math on it. It's going to cost me like It's going to cost me like $3,000 a year. No, it wasn't even that much. $2,000 a year in gas or whatever for this car." I'm like, "Okay, yeah. Well, it's paid off. I don't know what's your fucking problem, man, right?" He goes, "Yeah, well, I'm going to go buy a Tesla, so I don't have to pay that gas price." So went and spent like $60,000 on a Tesla.
To not pay
gas. So now he's got a $800 a month car payment at least. Plus he has to charge it.
to not have gas. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever.
yeah.
But he's saving gas.
Well, I guess if you're buying one for the feel good, I'm sure there's people out there that are
Yeah.
convinced that they're,
I think he did it as a flex because he makes pretty good money, you know? So he just wanted like,
well, and that's
I can
what,
afford a Tesla.
yeah, that's what, so that's where it looks like the market is, right? It's for people that want to say, I have a Tesla or I have an electric car. It's
Right.
not for it. They're not looking like they're practical. And then I was watching something they were talking about the rebuy people that say they were going to rebuy a electric car. Not and it's horrible. Like 52% of
You mean
them
the
say
resale?
well, people that would say like I have one, I'm going to go buy another one
Oh,
when this
okay,
is
yeah,
done.
yeah.
So however you would say that. So people that have them, it's like 52% of them that are saying absolutely not. I
Never
won't
did
buy another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Well, it's just not a technology that's there yet. I think it could be, you know, with solid state batteries coming online. I think solid state batteries are going to change the game because you can have a smaller battery, so you got a lighter car. I mean, even if you ran a smaller battery and still only had a 300-mile range, that's cool because you can recharge them in 10 minutes. So it'd be like going to the gas station and charging them up again. It's no big deal.
You're right. It's just not there yet. And
just
that's
not
what
there
I've
yet.
told people. I'm not against it completely where I'm like, I never will do it. But right now, it
It
doesn't
doesn't make any sense.
make sense for me.
Definitely doesn't for me. I don't have any interest in one. Although I have been looking at those electric motorcycles, which are even worse. They're super expensive.
Yeah. Are they?
Yeah.
Well, Zero was pretty affordable
Fuck
for a
Zero.
while.
All right, you know what the problem with Zero is? They've gone to this subscription model now where you have
I
to
didn't realize
like subscribe to all the fucking features that are already built into your bike.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's, what was it, Porsche, I think, doing that where you have to,
I think BMW.
BMW, one of those foreign car makers are like, you have to subscribe for the heated seats.
Yeah, they're already built in.
They're
your car.
built in. That's, yeah,
Bonkers.
it's all crazy.
There's somebody, I think it might have even been Rand Paul. He tried to get a bill passed and basically said, you can't do that. If it's built into the car already, you've sold the car, that's their car, they can use the features.
Yeah, I guess they're
I hate that there needs to be a law for that, but seriously, there needs to be a law for that. That's coming from me. It's fucking ridiculous, you know, that you can sell me something and then tell me I can't use it even though I'm buying it. It's mine. It's
Yeah.
my property. Now you're telling me I can't use my property without signing up for some bullshit service?
What? Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
you.
that's, I bet you'd buy an EV, wouldn't you?
No,
No?
No?
I don't need one. I mean, it's not like I need to.
You can't drive anyway.
I mean, I don't drive anywhere to where I would need one, like long distance or something.
How far what's your commute to work?
30 minutes, 26 miles.
Well, you're probably the prime person for one because
I mean, on an everyday 6 days a week basis, maybe.
You go to work 6 days a week?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, I'm not going to talk shit about you anymore. I
Except
hardly go
for
to work at
today.
all.
yes, you are.
Huh?
Yes, you are going to talk shit about him.
Not his work ethic.
No, okay, not his work.
At least he's got one. Unlike some people I know. Talk about me.
So yeah, I don't know. It's pretty crazy that it just looks like this stuff is, and I wonder how much of this.
And also, when the world falls apart, who wants a fucking electric car?
True. When the world falls apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wonder how much they're saying. Oh, they were doing so good in 2023, I guess, and
Who was?
the EV market,
Oh.
and now it's just dropped off. And they're like, well, the cost of these things is way
First of all,
more.
nobody can afford them.
But I wonder, like new cars in general, like
Who can afford a new car?
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, the market is crapped on
So I
these.
gotta go pay an extra 20% more for an electric car? Bullshit.
Right. I think Ford said that on that stupid Mustang that they did. That was,
God, that would the
was-
what was the that
what was the
didn't
idea?
even look like a Mustang.
No, but they're saying that they're losing $36,000 per car on that Mustang, or per one on that
First
Mustang.
of all, it doesn't even look like a Mustang. If they had made it look like a Mustang, maybe they could have sold a few more.
Well, I don't understand if they wanted to do that. Why just not rename it? Why
Just
do
come
you
out with a
have
different
to,
car. Why do you got to call it a Mustang? It's
Right.
not.
It's right. Yeah.
I don't know.
But
Fuck 'em.
and then they're also piling up. Nobody wants them. So they're,
It's like the Aztec. Remember the Aztec? Pontiac Aztec?
yeah.
It's not as
So,
ugly, but it's the same principle.
so I don't know. It might have been as ugly.
It's
The
pretty
fact
ugly.
of I think people are not nearly upset with the car as much as they're upset with calling it a Mustang.
That's what pissed me off because it is not a Mustang. It looks nothing like a Mustang.
Yeah.
Are they still making gas models, or are they gone all electric?
No, they're still making gas models.
Of the Mustang?
Oh, the Mustang?
Yeah,
I don't think so. I think it's
It looks
all.
nothing like a
because I
Mustang.
know how Dodge went
Look.
complete electric.
I wish we had video. Well, I could show you the video, but this is not a Mustang. I don't know what this is, but it's not a Mustang.
It's like a Focus.
It's like
it
a-
looks more like a Ford Focus than it does a Mustang.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of stupid, weird crossover thing.
But that's just name it. If you want to do that, you want to make that car. Just
Yeah,
name
they could have
something
called
else.
it the fucking faggoty car or something. I don't know. I do like that color blue though. It's nice.
Wow.
I like a blue car. I like blue cars, black cars. That's about it.
That's not gonna ever buy an orange Camaro.
No. I would buy a red Corvette. I think Corvettes look good in red.
Cherry red.
You disagree?
I don't. There's one of those mid-engine bad ass Corvettes.
Look at that motherfucker. That is sexy, dude.
It is pretty cool. But there's
Yeah.
one. It's not that red, but it's a more like this.
This one, that's a nice color too.
And
See that
they
shit?
must own the Church's Chicken that we
Yeah,
go
that is
to.
Oh,
fucking
you talking about
badass.
the lady in Cleveland?
I guess because
Yeah,
it's
she's the
always
owner.
at the Church's Chicken.
She's the owner. Yeah.
So she bought a badass Corvette.
Yeah,
Dude,
and
I'd
it
love to
parks
have
at
one
the
of these.
Church's
Brand
Chicken.
new
I bet it's
C8.
there 12 hours a day.
Jeez. I don't know. To
You
me,
gotta pay for it.
Yeah. But to me, a Corvette looks good in red. Always has. I'm not into red cars, but I like a red Corvette.
Well,
Yeah, it's nice. I'll never own one because I can't afford it. It's $100,000.
yeah, and that's what I was getting at with just the cars in general. I wonder how much of it, if it EV, right? And you don't have like was buying the EVs. You're probably buying it. I would think you're buying it as a second vehicle. You're like, yeah, I'm going to take
I
this
don't
thing.
know. I know some people that have it as their primary vehicle.
Okay, well, I'm just like talking about like if you're going to go buy a lot of the population, if you're going to go buy an EV, you're probably using it to go back and forth to work, and then you're going to have another car for whatever. You got a 3-hour trip you're going to drive. Of course, also living in Texas, I don't know how many people across the country make trips like that as regular as we do living it.
If you live in the Metroplex or whatever in the city,
Right? Maybe it's
perfect for going back and forth to work is what it is.
But what I'm getting at is so now all of a sudden with everything going on and everything's getting expensive, so now you don't buy that because you're like, well, we can't afford to take a chance on this.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, anyway,
I thought that was interesting that both Ford and GM are pulling out of the
pulling out of the EV market.
EV. I don't know if they're pulling out completely
But
or if
to
they're
be-
just really reducing.
But
it.
also to be fair, their fucking EVs are garbage anyway, right? They don't come anywhere close to being competitive with a Tesla. So
What is GM has?
I think Tesla's even showing some
yeah, they're
market
showing
loss.
they are for
Or
sure.
not market loss, but
But
some loss.
If you compare a Ford,
What do they call? There's a name for that where it's like first to market kind of deal. That's why people have a little more faith in them because they're kind of the first. Everyone else looks like they're catching up,
Yeah, I don't know.
and it's a status, right? You got a Tesla. That's
I
a
got a Tesla,
That's a status deal.
Especially if you're running the Model S Plaid,
Oh yeah.
which is a fucking beast of a fucking car.
Were you about to say something?
Yeah, what does GM have as EV?
The Chevy Volt.
And the Hummer.
The
Yeah,
Hummer's
nobody's
through
ever gonna buy that
Chevy?
thing. It was $100,000.
Well, it's owned by GM. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
Again, $100,000. Nobody's
I
gonna buy
seen
that.
one the other day. They look
Did you?
pretty slick.
Yeah, I saw
Okay,
one
so a
that-
few people. I saw a
Here in town.
Cybertruck Tesla.
I haven't seen one.
I saw one of those at the Buc-ee's. This guy was charging it, and I was like, "Wow, you bought an ugly vehicle. Good for you, stupid ass."
The I don't think they're really practical as an off-road vehicle, but I think that Hummer's got the crab walk feature,
Yeah,
which is really cool if you're off-roading. But how far are you off-roading with a and I imagine it's heavy. It's a big truck.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what the range is on it.
I don't know. Chevy's got the Bolt EV.
That's that little hatchback.
Yeah, it's some stupid fucking thing. I guess they don't have any of them now. They're getting out of it, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I don't know. It'll be the second time that since GM's owned Hummer that they've shut it down. If they shut it down,
Well, whatever. They were cool, and then gas prices went up, and everyone was like, "Fuck these things! They
So-
get 12 miles a gallon."
yeah. So I guess they did some surveys, and people were saying the EVs are too expensive, even with the government incentives to buy them.
Yeah, they
I didn't
cost way too
realize
much.
they're. I think they said there's like a $7,800 deal in your taxes or something.
Yeah, and some states give you, like California, gives you some more. Off your
Of course they
taxes.
do.
Yeah, but even still, it's not worth it. You get a Model 3, like when you spec it out, it's like a $60,000 car, which is
Yeah.
really, really expensive. I had a $60,000 truck once, and it almost broke me. Worst mistake I ever made.
But just because you don't work enough.
I mean, that payment is really hard to come up with every month. I mean, it was like $980 a month.
Yeah, I mean, I got a $60,000+ car.
Bravo for you, buddy.
I wasn't meaning it that way. I'm just saying. What I mean, any kind of truck or anything in today's.
Mine wasn't that much.
When did you buy that? How long ago?
I bought it a couple of years ago.
Yeah, go look at
Well,
trucks.
not even a couple of years ago. It's a 23 model.
Go look at half-ton Suburbans and Tahoes.
Fuck a half-ton Suburban and a Tahoe. Anybody that buys it's a dipshit. Just making fun of you, bud.
All right, let's move along.
Fucking tell me.
Have you kept up with the border? With the border stuff?
There's Mexicans everywhere.
Does Texas still rent? Did they still run the border patrol?
Dude, yeah, apparently. I was trying to watch something about that today, but my internet was screwing up at the house, so I couldn't really do anything. It was one of the reasons I came over here. So, I don't know. They took over some island with the Texas National
Well, it
Guard.
took over like 3
and
border
they put
checkpoints.
giant fences all around it. Yeah. Yeah. Abbott's like, fuck it. We're just going to do it ourselves. If you're not going to do it, we
Yeah.
will. They've started arresting people, apparently.
And
The guard
basically not letting. I think you said something about this on, I don't know, 10 episodes ago or something, where you said Texas should just go in and say, take the state guard in or whatever, and just say, nope, not happening. You're not getting in here to do this to the federal. Man, there's just some crazy videos out there. I don't know how much of it to believe, but some videos out there of the Border Patrol walking people in and putting them on buses and backing buses right up to so they walk across right into the bus. But anyway, I didn't know if you'd kept up with it more than I have, and it
No,
didn't
not
sound
really.
like it had-
So
you had.
apparently, okay, this is from CNN. The Biden administration has given Texas until the end of Wednesday. What is today? Friday?
Yeah.
They've blown way past this. Well, how old is this article? Oh, this came out a couple days ago. Anyway, apparently Texas said, fuck you. Well, anyway, they were like, you got to stop doing that. But Texas said, no, fuck you.
I think it was 3 checkpoints or 3 border crossings that they kicked Border Patrol out of,
Yeah.
which is pretty insane.
Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton on Wednesday repudiated a demand from the Department of Homeland Security to provide Border Patrol officials access to Shelby Park and Eagle Pass. Basically told them kiss ass. We're not going to do it. This is ours. This is our fucking park, and we're gonna control it. You're not doing it, so we're gonna do it. This is great. I love seeing this because I just want to see more states challenge the federal government because it's not supposed to have the authority that it does. So I want to see them start taking back their authority.
Yeah.
And if Biden doesn't want to secure the border, then the border states need to do it themselves.
Were you going to say, Biden?
Biden.
Biden. If Biden doesn't want to do it.
I might have. I
That's
don't
how
remember
they,
saying that.
No,
so
it
sure.
sounded like it.
All right.
That's what people say, that it's actually Barack controlling the whole administration.
Sure. Yeah, Barack Obama's doing that. That's what he's doing.
Well, it was his whole staff that's now there.
So he's
again,
he's still president.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Okay.
behind the strings. He's behind the curtain.
Somebody's got to do it because that fucking dementia motherfucker can. And then you got that retard, that babbling retard, as a vice president. You never even hear from her anymore.
No, you don't. You don't hear nothing from
What does
her.
she do all day? Just sit there and babble to herself, saying nonsensical shit.
She's what was it? I think it was the Daily Wire. One of them said she's a human predictive text.
She's just terrible. Just a terrible human being.
Well, I thought maybe you'd kept up with more than
Not
than
really,
I
no,
have, but
because it's all shit show.
the whole thing.
No.
So Javier Milei
Fuck him.
Keep going back to this guy.
Fuck that guy.
I guess he was at the World Economic Forum, and he gave a speech. It says, "Do not surrender." I'm going to read his speech. Do not surrender to the advance of the state. The state is not the solution. The state is the problem itself. You are the true protagonist of this story, and assured that as from today, Argentina is your staunch, unconditional ally. Long live freedom. He also said, "Today I'm here to tell you that the Western world is in danger, and it is in danger because those who are supposed to have to defend the values of the West are co-opted by a vision of the world that leads to socialism and thereby to poverty. Unfortunately, in recent decades, motivated by some well-meaning individuals willing to help others and others motivated by the wish to belong to a privileged caste, the main leaders of the Western world have abandoned the model of freedom for different versions that we call collectivism." It's pretty awesome that he stood up and told those people that at the World Economic Forum.
Well, he's a anarcho-capitalist. I expect him to do no less. He's pretty awesome. I sent you that. You probably didn't read it because you're an idiot.
I did.
you?
Because I had to go translate it, and it was a pain in the butt.
You know, if you just have Google, you just
I did that.
right-click, translate to English.
I didn't call a friend to translate it. I did all that. But
I'm just saying it's not that big of a deal. Once I figured out how to do it, I knew you would never figure it out.
I figured out how to do it.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. Probably had your kid figure it out for you.
No, I figured it out.
I bet. Anyway, in he's changing all kinds of shit down there. Apparently, there was like protectionism on rent down there. Like you could only charge so much for rent, and so he got rid of whatever the rental law is. Now, I'm not arguing that I know the ins and outs of Argentine law. I have no idea, but according to this article, it's already dropped rent by 20% by repealing that law, and then
there was no apartments available either, right? And now there's a huge amount of.
It says, I don't know what a CABA is. According to data from the chamber in 2023, the supply apartments for rent in CABA, whatever that is, I don't know what CABA is, had plummeted to just over 400 available units. And then after he changed that law, they said it's more than 800 apartments are available, and it's growing day by day.
So it's price controls is what.
Yeah, that's what it was. Price controls. Yeah.
Let's ask our representative Gen Z. We'll have to explain to him what price controls are, but
Do you know what rent control is?
Rent control?
Price control?
No.
what are your thoughts? It's where the government says you can't sell something like, say, milk, right? You can only sell milk for $3 a gallon.
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair.
Why?
Because if it's your business, then it should be your decision. It's like gas prices.
Yeah.
Everybody has different gas prices.
But also it sets a limit on how much money you can make from a thing. So like if the government says you can only sell milk for $3 a gallon, but it costs you $3.25 to produce a gallon of milk, well, you're not going to make any money, so people are going to stop producing milk. So the supply of milk becomes less and less. It's kind of like whenever the people say, like, whenever there's a natural disaster, everybody's screaming about the price gougers, you know? Oh, they're in there trying to sell a bottle of water for $5. Yeah. If they would leave it alone and say, you know, if you want this fucking case of water, it's going to cost you $60. Great. You know what? Some Jimbo is going to go down to Walmart, fucking load up his truck and drive down to wherever the place is because he can get $60 for a pallet of water that he bought for $2, right? Next thing you know, there's going to be tons of water in the fucking community and the prices are going to go back to normal. But they don't do that.
And the people that do price gouge like that, the community is probably going to go, you know what, I'm not going to spend money.
Yeah, if I don't need the water, then I'm not going to buy it. So it's only for the people that need it.
I remember that, and I don't know if it's exactly true. I don't remember exactly. I remember hearing the story, and I remember seeing the gas lines here in this town that we live in, which was a lot smaller then. But after 9/11, they jacked the gas prices up. And I don't know if you remember after 9/11, you had people lining up for gas. Like
I don't remember that.
That next afternoon, yeah. Well, at least here. I don't know if it was everywhere. But we had, you know, at the time, we're a town of 600 people, and you probably had 15 to 20 cars rolling in and out regular, 15 or 20 cars waiting to get gas. And he jacked the price up. And I guess somebody they
Because
went.
there's only one gas station here.
There was only one gas station. He jacks the price way up, and I heard he got in trouble. But there were people after that refused to go to his place. They were saying, "No, I'll go to the next town over to get gas. I won't spend another $1 in the store." So it'll correct itself either way.
Yeah, that's how people always react to things like that, and it's so stupid. Like I get it; it's all emotional. It all comes down to emotion, right? I need gas. I need water. I need this. I need that. I can't afford. You can't. It's unethical to charge those high prices. You're just price gouging me. No, because there's no guarantee that there's going to be more water coming. There's no guarantee there's going to be more fuel coming. There's no guarantee there's going to be more food coming. So the price goes up so that the people that truly need it, the ones that are willing to spend that money are going to go out and they're going to spend the money. But also make sure that there's capital available for whenever the food starts arriving in or the water or whatever, and he can go restock his supplies.
Yeah, which I'm sure that's what had happened here. If all of a sudden the amount of apartments shoot back up, it's because there were people that were going, "Hey, I owe more. It's going to cost more on this than what I can make. I'm just going to, however." And I wonder how much of it ties in with government housing too, because I know, how many people said, "Hey, we're going to put this apartment on Section 8 or whatever they call it in Argentina." And so you didn't have these people, didn't have apartments being available for people that were going to pay a regular price because it was just easier to put them on.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But now there's apartments and they're 20% cheaper. There's more of them and they cost less.
It's, I'm so interested. I wish you could find more about Argentina. It's almost like you have to really.
You can find it. It's just, again, this problem is we don't speak Spanish. So.
Yeah, but you think, like, where else? You just think there would be more reporting on it than more journalists wanting to find out about it. It's almost like they don't want this stuff out. Like if they start doing really good.
They don't want this guy to succeed. They don't want to see Argentina turn around. Like, so what's going to happen to their narrative if Milei is able to completely throw socialism out, because it's a socialist country, right? So if he's able to overturn socialism and get the country back on a more free market footing, and the inflation comes under control, the price of goods and services come down, and it's able to start paying its debt, which he was able to pay the debt. Everybody thought he was going to have to, like, default on, that was the word I was looking for, default on it, but he ended up paying it anyway. So, I mean, what happens if everything in Argentina starts to turn around because of his libertarian policies? Well, it starts to make socialism look kind of fucking stupid, because they've been trying socialism down there for decades and it hasn't worked out. So what happens now when it does work out with libertarianism?
Yeah.
Everybody in that country is going to be like, "Oh shit, everything's better now because this guy did something different."
Yeah.
And if you're a part of that fucking establishment, like in the US where you're basically a socialist reporter, why the fuck would you want to cover that?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So you have to really dig to.
Yeah, it's hard.
I
usually get on Reddit.
What's going on.
Reddit, some of the subreddits like the anarcho-capitalist subreddit or whatever. I can't participate because I'm banned. Fuck you, Reddit. But I still read stuff on there.
At least they gave you that. They didn't completely ban you.
I know. It's fucking garbage. I wish I knew how to program so I could start a company to compete with them. Like a actual...
Like 4chan?
4chan sucks. No, one that works like Reddit, but, is actually about free speech, and you can say the things you want to say. Like, somebody insults your dead father, you can tell them that you hope they get cancer and die slowly. And just before I said that. That's what got me banned. Yeah.
I was about to ask why you got banned. I know it was something stupid.
Yeah. I told that guy, I hope you get cancer, die slowly. And then just before you die, I want to spit in your face.
To be fair, he insulted his dad.
Yeah. Don't insult my dad. Fuck you. I'm going to come after you even harder.
That's who he is. That's how he rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
So now, did it make you feel better since now you can't post?
Yeah, I don't care. I wish I knew who that guy was, and I hope he gets pancreatic cancer. And just before he dies, I want to spit in his fucking eye.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Never going to financially recover from this.
I'm going to send this podcast to Reddit.
Fuck them. They don't let me on there anyway. I mean, I'm on there, but I can't do anything.
Now you're not. Now they're just going to completely ban you.
Whatever.
Have you even tried making a new account and stuff?
Yeah. They keep getting banned.
Like immediately?
Within a couple of days. Usually because I fuck up and do something stupid, and they recognize the MAC address or the IP address. And
Could you get a VPN and get around that?
Probably, but I never leave the VPNs on, so I'd forget. They'd figure it out, and I get banned
Again.
Well, there it is.
There it is.
What else you got?
Anyway, listen, I just want to say this. I hope the guy doesn't get cancer. I was just joking around. Just fucking being an asshole. The guy was a dick, though. He shouldn't make fun of my dad. But, fuck him. Don't get cancer. It sucks. I've had cancer. It's awful. Don't do it. You can avoid it.
Don't do it.
Yeah. If you don't have to do it, don't do it. It's not fun. Nobody should get cancer. It's bullshit. It's a horrible disease. There's a guy on YouTube, Paul Harrell. He's a gun tuber. He's got pancreatic cancer. He'll be dead within a couple weeks.
Oh,
It's awful.
yeah.
So, no, I hope that guy is all right. Fuck Reddit, though.
You just like to you're just a one up when it comes to
likes
shit
to be
talk.
an ass.
Huh?
You just like to be an ass.
Yeah, dude. I am an ass. I don't have a problem with it. Fuck Reddit. I'm gonna take these motherfuckers down. I'm gonna learn how to program. And then I'm gonna build my own. One of these days I'm gonna walk into the Reddit offices and be like, I'm buying you, bitch.
I'm Elon Musk in this dude.
That's right. Yeah, I'm changing this motherfucker. You want to call somebody an asshole?
Maybe
do
you should.
it.
Maybe Elon. Maybe that'd be cool. Maybe he.
I don't think he gets on Reddit.
Well.
Fuck Reddit. It's a bunch of fuck. It's based out of San Francisco, so there you go.
Yeah.
That's where they're.
Yeah, I don't really.
I guess if I was just taking a shit on something, it'd be fine. Like just pulling my pants down and shitting all over the floor. They'd be like, "Oh, that guy's great."
they let you put that stuff on there.
I don't know. But that's what they do in San Francisco. They shit all over the ground.
Okay,
they're a bunch of fucking lunatics.
I thought
out
you
there.
were meaning there's like scat porn on Reddit or
There
something.
probably is. I can look real quick.
No, let's not.
No.
Let's
I
not.
bet it's on there. Scat porn.
Don't do that. I'm not. Gonna,
You and me look over. Don't do that.
oh God. Anyway,
Oh.
what other stories you got going on?
I read this article on Politico. There's a couple of them about Trump. The Europeans are nervous about Trump coming back. I think he's going to win. But they're like, whoa, what are we going to do? Like, if Trump wins, then nobody's going to help out with Ukraine. Whoa. I don't see how that's our fucking problem. That's seems like a problem for Europe. I don't know about you. How you feel about that?
For me personally,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really do the politics.
Yeah.
It's not well. I mean, I guess it is politics, but it's also like I don't know, dude. You're drafting age, so
Oh, yeah. How old are you?
21.
He wouldn't be the first one to get drafted, though.
No,
He'd
he
start with
wouldn't.
18-year-olds and go up.
but no family, no.
They don't care about that.
dependents. They don't care about dependents.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they don't care about that.
Be conscripted.
Yeah. Anyway, here's my point. The point is, so, let's see, USA GDP, EU GDP. So, okay, the GDP of the United States is $23.32 trillion. Okay? That's what the U.S. is. If the European Union...
Less than our debt, but
Yeah, but but if Europe was the European Union was its own country, like a national country, right? Its GDP would be 19.35 trillion. So it's like the second largest in the world, second or third. It's top three. Okay. My point is that if Europe with a 19.35 combined, the EU, just the EU, with a 19.35 combined GDP, can't afford to fight the Russians, who have a GDP
Like
less
seven?
than the state of Texas,
yeah.
then I don't know what to fucking tell them. It seems like they don't really need our help, that they just need to pull their fucking head out of their asses and finance their own military.
They are like in Germany building their
They're having to now, but the German procurement law is so fucking ridiculous. It takes decades for them to do anything. It takes forever. They decided on a new rifle like 10 years ago. They're still arguing about it.
well. Yeah, I don't know.
My point is they don't need us. They have enough money. They just got to pull their head out of their ass and do it themselves. There's no reason for them. Plus, you got France and England. I know England isn't part of the EU anymore, but it's not like they wouldn't be in there. They're helping right now, right?
Yeah.
So if you put if you put Great Britain back in the EU, that's got an economy larger than the United States. Okay, so the United States doesn't need to be involved in the Ukraine war. Europe can handle that themselves. They just got to pull their head out of their ass and start fucking financing their militaries again.
So
They've been relying on us for too long.
So Trump, but he might pull out of that one, but he's not going to pull away from the Israeli stuff.
No, but
He's gonna-
one war down.
When do you think it'll change?
What?
Like financing other countries.
I don't think. I mean, like, I think the policy of having to do that is going to have to change eventually, just because of the debt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not anytime soon.
Yeah.
They're going to continue. It's crazy.
You have another recession, they might start thinking about it. Hell, they can barely finance the government for 3 months at a time.
Well, and they say Biden's losing a lot of supporters over this Israeli stuff. So, which is weird because they were completely fine and screaming about how we have to help Ukraine. But now on the Israeli stuff, they're less war hawkish.
Yeah. Well, they don't like to see dead Palestinians, I guess. Which is, I mean, the thing is, like, I don't agree with what Israel's doing to the Palestinians. I think they could have fucking figured it out a long time ago if they really wanted to, but they don't. They want those people gone. They've even said that they want them out of there now. They want to move them to other countries and just take it over completely.
But then other countries are like, yeah, we don't want those.
Yeah, they don't want.
Like,
They're like no.
Jordan and Egypt were like, no, we don't want them.
They're trash. Nobody in
God.
that's the way they look at them. Like Saudi Arabia doesn't want them. Egypt doesn't want them. Nobody wants them. They look at them like they're fucking trash people. You know, that's the trailer trash of the Middle East. Nobody wants them. So they're not going to take them in. So
Yeah.
Israel's like, yeah, we just want to, go ahead and take this whole thing over. It's ours anyway. It belongs to us.
Go listen. If you're interested,
This is why no other country in the Middle East is lifting a finger to help the Palestinians.
okay. Well, if you're interested in that whole, I just listened to that. I know you told me to listen to it, but that Martyr Made podcast. If you're interested in how that kicks off, and I think in my opinion, he seemed very unbiased.
Yeah.
It's a very good podcast. Martyr Made.
The Martyr Made podcast. What was it? Fear and Loathing in New Jerusalem?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting. I thought it was kind of crazy, and I didn't realize was him saying, when the Zionist when that movement first kicked off and they were going over there wasn't a Muslim Jewish issue.
No.
It was the basically Christian and Jewish issues that they were trying to get away from. The pogroms, I think is how you said it.
The pogroms?
Pogroms.
The Jews were just trying to get away from the mass murder that went on
like
every couple years.
6 months to a year, they just come in the Jewish neighborhoods and
fucking butcher
wipe
them.
them out.
Just kill as many as they could, yeah. Just do it as much as they could.
Yeah. What other stories you got going on? Anything else that sparked your interest?
No. Man, those people are loud, huh? What is going on out there?
It's bread day.
Oh, bread day.
Picking up bread. There's bread business.
Yeah.
Go like Chris's sourdough bread page on Facebook.
Is that what her
Yeah.
Chris's sourdough?
Homemade Chris's sourdough bread page
With a K or a C?
with a K.
Chris's cat sourdough bread.
Yep.
I like sourdough bread, but I'm fat, so there you go.
I like, and then she's got croissants in there today, chocolate
Christ.
croissants. And I've been on
Oh,
keto.
I had one of those. Those are delicious.
I've been on keto,
Yeah.
and so I can't have one.
Yeah.
I've been doing good.
Loser.
I've been listening to that book you told me about.
Yeah.
You are a loser. Just admit it. You're a loser. I'm a loser.
I'm gonna back
He's
off.
not doing a very good job
I was gonna
himself.
say I'm gonna back off of the comments I could make right now. So
Yeah.
anyway, you were listening
Between
to that
the
book.
three of us, who's got the DWI?
We didn't have to bring that up.
Just saying. And I'm the only one that's been out of jail. So
What?
you been to jail?
No.
You never got arrested?
No.
I could have sworn your white trash ass would have gone
No.
to jail at least once.
No.
All right. So it's just you.
Next topic.
So I've been listening to that stupid book you told me about?
Yeah. You don't like it? Black Autumn. That's the
No,
name
it's
of the
not. I
book.
don't really like the book. No.
Really?
But it's stirred up all the
It does stir up some emotions.
the
like-
fear in me
Go
that I've
get some-
always had in me, the prepper stuff. Yeah.
yeah. It's
On the way over here, I'm thinking, I need to get some food. I need to get some water. I need to get.
It's a good book. It's the Black Rifle Coffee guys. I don't know how many of them. I know that Evan Hayford or whatever is one. He's in there, but Jeff Kirkham, I think, is the actual author of it. But it's a good story. But it definitely will make you go buy some beans.
Yeah. Jeff Kirkham, Jason Ross.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So they just basically took themselves and made them the main characters of this book.
Yeah,
Oh God,
that's what I told you. So
this is like the ultimate like prepper jerk off book, dude, right? They're just like, let's make ourselves super badass guys.
which is the same one. So I read that other series, the Going Home series, and it's a good one. But
Hold on.
Oh, is it for that?
Oh, let's go ahead and
we'll
talk.
just
We'll
cut it.
cut it all out.
All right, yeah.
What is that?
For
You have
Amy's
alcohol?
petition. Is
oh,
she
for
here?
to sign the petition,
She's here.
Oh,
so they can sell.
no,
No,
that's
you're
fine.
good.
We just need signatures.
I don't live here. I can't sign it.
I don't live in the county, right? I mean, in the city,
Right.
because I can't sign it either.
Oh,
Just sign under your mom. So
Do you know how to
yeah,
sign your
but
name?
I did it wrong.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
printed name and signature, and I flipped them backwards.
It's not. It's not that hard to sign something.
I just sign it. Okay. Thank you, Doug. Tell her I said hi.
Bless y'all from drinking. Hopefully soon.
You're not allowed to drink in Godly.
Well, it's a private club deal.
Oh, that's stupid shit.
Yeah.
I wish they'd get rid of that.
Okay, so the other book I read.
Wait, hold on. Back up. I want to talk about how these guys are jerking themselves off.
I know. I was getting to that because the other book I read, the Going Home series, which is another good prepper post-apocalyptic type series. That guy wrote he wrote it. The main character is himself as well.
Which one is that?
Going Home series.
Who wrote that one?
A American.
A American.
That's his Angry American. That's his pen name.
Sounds like a great book.
But anyway, he and when you told me that yesterday, we were like, why are all these books this way? I'm like, because the people where they're all like super badasses, I guess, in there. Because the people that are prepping,
That's what I liked about that book. What was it? 1 second after or something?
I never read that one.
Oh, it's a good one. It's just some dude. He's just a dude. He's like a professor or something at the local college or whatever. And then like shit goes sideways and he's like, we got to fucking figure this shit out. So he organizes the town to, he's like, look, I kind of but even that still, he was kind of like on the emergency response team of the city. So he kind of knew some stuff, but I don't know. I
Yeah.
get it. Preppers are the ones going to write these because they think they're fucking Billy Badass or whatever. But
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, there you go.
I don't know. It would be interesting for someone that wasn't a prepper, but
Would it? Because I'm not a prepper. I have that mindset, but I'm not very good at it. I find this book to be not very good, but I paid for it, so I'm gonna fucking listen to the damn
you
thing.
really don't like. I liked it.
No, I don't really like it. No, I think
liked
it's
it.
atrocious, but I'm gonna stick with it.
Okay.
But that being said, like if you were gonna start prepping, like what would you get?
Me?
Yeah,
If I was gonna start prepping,
yeah. Let's lay out our prepping guides here.
if I was gonna start prepping, I would probably the first thing I would start with, and I do this, I guess, is like homesteading kind of knowledge because it's always been my thought in like to prep, and I mean, I guess second would be some freeze dried foods, but first thing would be knowledge on how to how homesteading type knowledge because
Gardening and shit.
yeah, gardening and scavenging and that kind of stuff, because you can prep all day long if you have a whole garage full
I
of.
think the camera turned off.
Yeah, that light's not on.
Go turn it on.
How long has it been off?
I don't know.
I charged the battery before we got here.
Did you plug it in?
No, it shouldn't need to be plugged in. Is it off? God damn it. So we're just going to have audio on this one then.
I guess so. Or he can use some of the video and then go to where there's no picture and say, sorry, we lost video.
We'll just do audio. Fuck. Maybe the battery died. I don't know.
No, it just said 86%.
I wonder why it quit working then.
I don't know, but I think we should do like I said, and he can just cut it out at some point, and then we'll be back.
There's a setting that's not right on it.
Yeah, it's at 50.
Okay, is it recording?
Is there a red box in that screen?
There.
Now it's recording. Well, we
Sorry,
tried.
Chad.
We
We're
tried,
gonna have
Chad,
quite
but
a
the
bit of
fucking
cutting.
camera died. I don't know why. I don't know why it died. I wonder if that setting, when he went in there and fucked with all the settings, I wonder if something changed on it.
I don't know.
Oh, maybe I changed something on it.
Probably.
Fuck me.
Anyway, so back to the prepping. Well, it's always been if you have a garage full of freeze dried food, that's great,
Yeah.
right? But you're gonna have to protect that.
Yeah.
And to me, if you can figure out how to scavenge, how to do some stuff like that, you're less protecting, more of a realistic kind of way. Don't get me wrong, I still think you need some freeze dried food and stuff like that to supplement what you, or try to supplement what you're scavenging and hunting for. But
To me, I've always felt like the ideal way to do it would be, first of all, I think you need a tribe. You need a
Right.
community of people.
which is what the guy's doing in the book.
Yeah, which I thought, well, that's the way you want to do it. You want to get everybody. I've always wanted to do that. I've tried to get several people to go in on this. We all pitch in and buy a big piece of property. It doesn't have to be ginormous, but big enough where we could have greenhouses and gardens, and everybody can go out there and share it, do whatever, And then if shit goes sideways for any number of reasons, we can all go out there and everybody chips in and pulls their resources, and now we got a little community that can take care of each other. Because if you're just out there on your own, you're fucked.
Yeah. So anyway, that's been just the way I've kind of looked at it. Like, what can I learn? You can't take that away from me.
Yeah. You're not a bug out guy.
I did think one time it would be neat to print out. I think Walking Dead is kind of where I got the idea, but like to print out a whole bunch of stuff, how to make lye soap from ash and that kind of stuff, and have a binder of it.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be good
So
to
you
have
have
that.
a whole bunch of stuff. I think that was the idea somewhere in The Walking Dead at some point. They kind of had some book like that. There's a couple good books. And one's called The Homesteader Guide or something like that.
Back to Basics has a lot of stuff.
Back to
good stuff.
Basics. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's one. I actually have that book.
I do too.
But yeah, that's been my
How to make soap, and you should probably have a still or know how to build a still.
that's been my way of thinking of prepper.
Not
prepper
for
and stuff.
drinking, drunky. For alcohol, so you can clean wounds and disinfect things and get drunk on Friday. But you want to get, drunky.
So you walked into it today, bro.
Yeah.
You're just here. So anyway, I don't know what's other stories.
That's it. I'm just kind of pissed off about that camera now. I don't know why that happened.
Does it have a time limit?
Shouldn't it? It shouldn't.
53 on audio.
Anyway, so I
This is
don't
why
really
we
have-
need Chad here.
This
Fuck you,
is what-
Chad.
Chad's working. Yeah. Anyway, I've been hooked on this guy YouTube channel here lately.
Who?
Peter Santanello.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Man, you kind of
He
goes
just goes around, talks to people.
Yeah, he did one with a guy that had left that. I think it's a FLDS, the Fundamental Latter-day Saints, the one that Warren Jeffs ran.
The one that bangs kids and shit.
Yeah. So the one that Warren Jeffs ran, and because apparently there's a lot of different sects of Mormon polygamist,
Yeah.
and that one was the crazy, stupid one or whatever. But in
To be fair,
comparison,
they're all crazy and stupid. But that
in
was the
comparison,
extra
that was the extra strange one. But in this, he says that Warren Jeffs is still running that crap from prison.
yeah. Why would he stop?
I don't know. It was just pretty crazy.
How many years did they give him?
2 life sentences.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think he's in that. I
For
think
banging kids, right?
in tax evasion. That was apparently at some point he told his followers to no longer pay taxes. And let's be honest, that's probably why they came after him. It's
Probably so, yeah. Pissed off the
Yeah.
IRS. They're like, motherfucker, give us our cash.
Yeah. Anyway,
As long as
it's a good that one's good. You
all
should
the
you should watch
criminals
it.
out there, the IRS doesn't care where you get your money. They just want their cut. So that takes care of one agency. Just pay your taxes on your ill-gotten gains.
Yeah.
You're cool.
But yeah, I mean, they said when he's had that compound down in El Dorado, Texas, and and they didn't say this on the video. This is just some of the stuff that I read about it because the cult thing fascinates me. How people could get trapped up in something like that, but you're kind of prime candidate to get sucked up into that.
You are? Why?
I'm just messing with him. I'm just messing with him. So,
Are you
but anyway,
weak-minded?
Weak-minded?
Yeah.
I mean,
what they say about your job?
strong back, weak mind.
Damn, dog.
No, but anyway, when they went in, when they raided that El Dorado compound, they said like the top floor, which was their whatever, had like, I mean, it was gross. It was, you know, an altar that was a bed, and there's all kinds of weird cult crap that was in there.
Yeah. So I would like to start a cult, but you got to, like I was telling you before, you got to stay away from all the shit that cults get in trouble for. You know?
Yeah.
And just make that money.
I want to.
I don't know if I want you as a leader
Why? I'd be a great leader.
of the cult.
Yeah.
How many people are you gonna have in it?
As many as I can get.
That's the thing. You got to get a lot.
You got to grow it, man. You got to get big. I want to be like big like the Mormons or the Scientologists.
We can't say Scientologists. You can't. They're going
Why?
to come after us.
I want to get big like the Hollywood group.
I want to watch that. There's a documentary, I guess, about that one Rogan, that club that he initially bought that was a cult. He didn't end up using it, but apparently there's a Netflix documentary
Really?
about that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
that's all I got.
That's it.
That's
We're
it.
done.
Thanks for watching, guys. Next time.
See ya.